Hi guys, today I'm going to solve the Leetcode problem. The problem number is 20, valid parenthesis. So what the problem says is it has a string s that contains these characters, and we need to determine if it is valid. So these are the valid conditions. The condition number one is all the open brackets must be closed by the same type of bracket. So let's say if this is an open bracket, it needs to be closed by the same closed bracket, right? And the open bracket must be closed in a correct order. So if this is open, the next it should be in a correct order, like right here. You see, it is in a correct order, right? And every closed bracket has a corresponding open bracket of same type. The type also needs to match. Okay, so let's go to the example. The example says, as you can see, this is a correct order and it's also a same type, right? So this is true. And the second example also, the it is in a correct order. Basically the open is closed and it has the same type. Yeah, and the false condition is when you have an open bracket and you have a mismatch here. You see, the type is different. So that's why it is false. And the constraints that we have for this parenthesis are, these are the constraints. So basically, it can only hold characters that are shown in this problem. So no other characters will can have the s cannot consist of any other characters. So let's go to our Visual Studio and try to solve this problem. So in order to I have copied the question, and this is my example to string s. This what I wanted to do initially was I wanted to create a dictionary to hold the characters in the string. Okay, since we know the constraint are basically all the characters that are in example 2, right? So if this is my example 2, and these are all the characters that it could hold, basically. So if we can have a dictionary that could hold all this, then we can use that dictionary in our logic. Okay, and next I wanted to have some kind of stack to hold the initial value. This I would it will be more clear once I start doing it, but just for now I want to just write it down so that I know what I'm trying to. And third, I would like to do a for each loop, to iterate through my string s. Okay, so I wanted to iterate through each string and then have a logic inside to to actually put it in a stack and then check if that number if that character matches the original character that is there in the stack. Okay, so in order to save time, what I have done is I have copy pasted this dictionary. So these are these are the characters in my dictionary. So I've just initialized a dictionary which holds these characters. Okay, so this is my open braces, this is my closed, same follows for each characters. Okay, and this is the stack that I want to hold the value. So the next in line is I want to iterate through my less string s, right? So for each, okay, so string s through all the characters, let's say C, right? Characters. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to whenever let's say this is my first value, I wanted to put it in the stack. So I want to push it to the stack, right? So my stack is this. So stack dot push, right? Push that item. Okay. So I also want an if condition on the top where I want to check if the value is the initial bracket. Let's say this is no. I want to check the value if it is the closing braces, basically. Okay, so if it is a closing braces, let's say if this is this and or okay, or let's say if that is let's say this one is C equals to, okay, gotcha, sorry. Okay, and then this is the curly braces and or, and the same thing, C equals my bracket, right? So this is my another character bracket. Okay, so these are the three conditions. So I would put this inside the if, right? So my if would have, I would do some logic here if it is my closing braces, closing braces, gotcha. So this is the in, initially it will push to stack. Okay, so every time it will go to this, let's say this is our else condition, right? And this will go inside the stack every time. So the first time it will go inside the stack, and the second time it will be here. Okay, so this is what I wanted. So this is for the first run. Let's say if the first value is this, it will go in the else condition and it will be pushed inside the stack, right? And the second time it comes, it is the closing braces, right? So it will go inside this if. So here we have to have our logic. So we have to check if these braces are of same type, for example, right? So how would you check? We would check by passing this into the dictionary. We will pass this as a key from the stack and check if the value is this, somehow. Okay, so let's do this. And then we will do is we will have to check we have to pass it in the dictionary, right? Let's have a if condition here, and then we can check. First we have to check if the stack count, if it is what we pushed in the initially, is the count, is there something inside, right? So we would check if the count is greater than 0, right? Sorry, 0. So this is where we're going to check. For example, the stack count is 1, right? So when we push the item initially, and then the value would be it will hold it, okay, 1. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to check if the now since there is a value, we're going to pass that, we're going to pop it out. Basically we're going to peek, actually basically we will peek it using stack dot peek. So what does peek gives us is, you can see it returns an object of the from the top of the stack without removing it. So we don't need to pop it, right? So this is a method, right? And then we are passing this as in the dictionary, and then that value should not be equals to the passing C, right? So what I'm saying is the value that you are passing should not be equals to this. If it is equals, this is true condition, it will go inside. I don't want it to be true. I want to just make sure if it is false condition, right? So if it is a true condition, it will go inside and it will return false, right? So I'm just checking if this value is equals to this, right? So if this value is, let's say if this is being passed, then it is false, right? So it will go inside and return false. Okay, and then after that, what we're going to do, since we are inside the stack in this if condition, we're going to pop it. We're going to pop it now because we already peeked into it, right? Stack dot pop, right? We're going to pop the stack. So now my stack is empty here, right? So again, it will go to this next item, iterate to the next item, do the same thing. So it will go back, it will push the item first, and then come back here and look for the closing braces. And if the closing braces is has the count, and we'll pass it to the dictionary and check if the item is equals or not. And if it is not equals, then it will come back here and pop it again and do the same thing, right? So how we gonna, this is for the false scenario, okay? How we gonna say like pass it for the true? If it gets resolved here, right, we're gonna go back here and say for the true scenario, this will return true, stack dot count. We want to make sure everything in the count in the stack is true. This is is 0, right? So if this is 0, then we know that is a true condition. Okay, so we'll debug this. This is all the code I have. We'll debug this and it will be more clear, like what I am actually trying to do. Okay, so let's say we have a string this, right? So dictionary is initialized. So our dictionary has 3 items in it, and now we're going to loop through each item. The stack is empty, 0. Okay, I'll just bring this to here. Okay, I'll just remove all this first. Okay, and diction. Okay, so no item. So first time it will come, it is a opening braces, right? So it will go to the else condition, push it to the else condition. So the stack has one item now. What is the item? The item is the opening braces. You see. So now okay, now next time it comes, the next variable is this, the closing braces. So it will come to the if condition. Yes, is the stack count greater than 0? Yes, come inside, and now peek into it, right? So if there was no item in the stack, the peek would return. It would not return anything. It throw an exception. Okay, so that is the reason I have this if condition on the top. Okay, so now the dictionary, what what does this do? Let's do this, and let's do add to watch, right? So it will return a false. You see this? So so dictionary, when I pass this from the stack, if I go to add watch, right? It is returning me this, right, the closing braces. Is closing braces not equals to the closing braces? No, it is equals, right? So this condition is false, so it will not go and return me false. We just want to return false, or go inside and return false when these two conditions are not equal to each other. I hope it makes sense. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna pop it. So now the stack is empty. Okay. So our this condition is good to go. So now it will do the same thing for this, same thing for this. Okay. Because it needs to be in the same order, right? The closing braces needs to have, the opening braces need to have a closing braces in the same order and with the same type. Okay. So now the second time it comes, same thing, it will push it. The stack is now 1 and come back again. See the closing braces. Is the count greater than 1? Yes. Peek into it and pass it to the dictionary. So dictionary would return my dictionary would return this, right? This it will return this, and my C is also this, right? So it's not equal, so it would want go inside. It's not a false scenario, so it will again pop it. Okay, we are done with this. Now the last one, same thing, push it into the stack, come back in the if count, peek, same thing. Okay, perfect. And now it will return true because our count is 0. Okay, so our count is 0. It will return the true scenario. Okay, here you go. It will return true. So this is my code. Let's try it to see it in action, and hopefully it works. So I don't need this. Okay, here you go. So I will copy paste this and I will put it over here. Okay, and then I will run. Okay, it looks good. Let's run all the test cases. I'll just push it a little bit on top. Okay, true. Okay, here you go. Here's some problem. It is returning true for this scenario, but expected is false. Okay, so let's try this scenario. Okay, why it is returning true. Okay, let's go back and let's take this only to this. Okay, here you go, and let's debug why it is only returning true. If it should return false, right? That is what it is saying. So stack count is greater than 0. Okay, here. So I need to have a else condition here. You see this? I also need a else condition to say if the count is not, then I need to have a else condition here. So that is what I need to return false, because right now it is not returning anything. It is just going, right? So I need to, for this if, I need to have else, because if the stack count is 0, then I need to return false. So that is my return type. Return else, return false. Just copy paste this code, line of code. Hey, copy paste this. Okay, there you go. Again, let's do this back from here. Control C. Here you go. Control G, Control G, Control V. Okay, so this code is also there. The if condition, yes, that is there. Run. Okay. Okay, everything passes. Let's try to submit it. Perfect. Oh, 92 milliseconds. And I got the same error before. I wanted to actually make a video. So was the error I got. So, so I wanted to make a video and also run with that error so that you can see what I did. So this is the code that I actually changed. So I added a else condition over here. Yeah, I added a else condition over here for this, for if the stack count is equals to 0. If the stack count is not greater than 0, then you would come and return false. Okay, so this is my code. I hope you like the code. Please feel free to like, and I will come up with more videos like this in future. And thank you for watching.